the things that don't serve you or turmoil in you, then you are at a better state. And if you learn coping mechanisms, Dr. Mulapo spoke about anger management, stress management, what does that entail for you? Because stress will come, anger will come, those things will come. We need to position ourselves in a place where we know how to deal with it. We cannot run away from it. And once we do that, we won't be a world which is stuck in a pandemic, just like how COVID-19 happened. If we were prepared, I think we would have moved very differently. But because we are always responsive and reactive, we were held down and shut down. So let's create a culture which will be so mentally wealthy that we've got so many resources that enable us to flourish and thrive.
That's so powerful. I love the term mental wealth, because your health is wealth. You know, so that's very powerful. Two questions, two last questions actually. And the first one is, what are daily things that highly effective people can do to just stay on top of their mental health?
Quite a good question. And I think it starts with positive self-talk. I think how you speak to yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you see yourself on a day-to-day basis plays a vital role. The people you surround yourself with. I know Dr. Mulapo loves saying that as well, that, you know, the people that you speak to, that you engage with on a day-to-day basis, what do they actually impart in you, and what do you actually impart, you know, yourself to other people? And staying true to yourself. It's okay to actually fail, because you can actually be able to learn from those failures. You can be able to pick yourself up again after you have fallen. And I think that's why I say you need to surround yourself with positive mind-like people like yourself. And if you don't know how to actually find those kind of people, start engaging, start networking, then start having those conversations. And I think one of the biggest things that I always do as well is prayer and meditation. I think working in the mental health faculty and sector, it's quite challenging on its own. We've never seen such a high influx of people not coping during COVID-19. And the healthcare sector actually was so overwhelmed themselves to actually cope with themselves, because for a change, we were all on the same boat. Many times we get patients who come to us with a specific presenting issues. In this instance, we were all in COVID, and we all had to find ways to cope. Look at what actually works for you. Sometimes what works for me might not work for you. And I think it's important to be able to define and be able to critically find that. One last thing that I can actually contribute here is that to also let us start actually coming out from the zone of just surviving. Can we start living? Can we start actually rebuilding our lives? Can we start being able to connect ourselves to that higher power inside of us in order for us to be able to really just understand where I'm coming from? Nothing will always make sense in life all the time. And I think sometimes that's what happens to a lot of us, that trying to know yourself, we're trying to understand yourself. So I think those are the two critical things that I can leave everybody with.
Wow. I think the most important thing, you know, we need to realize that we are not just the physical body, we are also spiritual beings.